What up? What up? What up, world? We're back. Get right. Fantasy Network. You came to the right place. Special show for you guys today. I got Ant with me. I got Frank with me. They could be up. They could be down. Hey, look for them. I don't know. What up?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Special
do it.
episode today, man.
Hey,
Feel like a
Ant held it
celebrity.
down. Dude, it's the tale of two takes, like they say on on UFC. Hey, Dynasty Pylon. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. We did a collaboration. Get ready, check out the draft. Anthony representing Get Right Network. We know he held it. Now let's see what he did. Let's see how he did. Let's hit the intro. Hey, Ant, awesome show, man. I have
Thank
to
you.
say, I tuned in live. Got to do a draft. Tell us a little about it.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Big shout out to Martin and Mark over there on the Dynasty Pylon. It was a lot of fun getting on there, doing the live stream, doing a live mock. Getting with those guys. Definitely check out their channel if you're into IDP. We don't go too much into that here at Get Right yet. But for now, if you need that kind of info, definitely check out their channel, man. But we're gonna do something a little special today. We went through the live stream of that mock, and we're gonna do our thing here now that we do here at Get Right, and grade some mocks. So we're gonna go through those teams that we drafted the other day and let you know what the grades are, and we'll see what happens.
Hey, it's going to be fun. He brought some of the boys with him. That's what I thought was interesting. It's almost like watching our guys draft against other strategies, so it should be fun. We'll break it down. It was a 12-team redraft, no superflex. I know we've been doing a lot of superflexes lately. You guys ready to jump into it?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
You know the name of the game. We're jumping into it. We're starting off with our boy KJ Flint, 20. You know the rules. Don't get mad at us if you had a bad draft. You had a bad draft, not us. We're just letting you know so you don't do it again. No, we're getting hate mail
Well
now.
said.
You gotta love it. I love it. I love it when you guys are writing us back. Hey, you're disputing the grades that we're giving you. You're explaining your reasoning. Who knows? It may change our mind. We like it. Keep sending it. Some of you guys a little too much, dude. Hey, let's limit it. You don't gotta write us every day. I'm just kidding. Hey, KJ Flint, 20, and these are your competitors now. I got that. I'm on the outside looking in. Were you nervous hopping into this?
Yeah, man, it was an interesting draft. Obviously, when you go, one QB, you kind of fear, the running backs are going to go early and often, and that's what we had. So KJ Flint started that off with McCaffrey, set the tone right, followed it up with Montgomery, banged out his two wide receivers with my favorite wide receiver in AJ Brown, and Bobby Trees over there. Where he gets me here is he goes tight end with Mark Andrews. Again, it's not a bad spot for him to go. But then I just think his team kind of suffers a little bit there. He goes Melvin Gordon, Ryan Tannehill after that. And then just get some, nice bench fodder there. Overall, I give him a B+. It's not a bad draft. But I think there's a couple things there you could tighten up to get in that A range.
100% agree, Frank.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as Anthony. I think that the Mark Andrews pick was a little early for him, but then again, that's kind of where he's fallen to, I think, but I personally would have waited a little longer, and that's when he could get a little bit better bench on his. He ended up with Irv Smith later on, which I really like, and I think he could have waited for him as well. Justin Fields is a backup to Ryan Tannehill. Let's hope that guy even starts, because if he's not starting, then you don't have a backup quarterback. So yeah, that's why I give him a B.
Hey, Tannehill was a steal. So I was kind of looking, you went somewhere else instead of tight end. You took a quarterback. You can get a Murray, Jackson, Dak, or obviously the next one's off the board, but you still got Herbert and Wilson. Like, there's some solid QBs right there. But Tannehill, I mean, his upside is crazy now that they got Julio. So I can't knock you, my man.
And
But-
that stack with AJ Brown, so it's not bad at all.
Yeah, I think AJ Brown's gonna get hurt a little bit because of Julio now, though.
Are we predicting injuries?
No, I mean,
feel me.
like
Hurt his
hurt
value.
by his value,
value.
not injury. Like his value has gone down because
What are we thinking?
know,
ACL? You know,
Julio's over there now, and he's gonna take some touches away from AJ Brown. I think AJ Brown was set for a breakout season. Now, not so much.
Hey, I'm glad you said that because this is when I first started watching, this was the thing that threw me off, and we've seen it happen before. But Saquon in the number 2 spot, to me, when the Titans add Julio, it opens up Derrick Henry. I think he like benefits the most from this because you can't sack the box. You spread them out wide and you run that big old monster 30, 40 times a game, you know, like good luck tackling him in the fourth quarter. Like he's going to eat. So the fact that Derrick Henry didn't go in the 2 spot was a shock to me. I get it. People are high on Saquon. What do you guys think? What are you grading jlyle?
Where you at, Frank?
jlyle, let me see. Well, let me go through the whole team, and I don't see a defense that he even took.
Yep.
So
I have that.
I don't even draft defenses.
that's a scratch because you kind of need a defense. They're in the starting lineup, you know, according to the way this draft is set up. He ends up with 3 tight ends, which he doesn't really need if you have Robert Tonyan, Gesicki, Evan Ingram. He's not like trade value, you know what I mean? I do like where he took Kyler Murray. I like that he took Tua way late like that, but again, there's no defense. I gave him a C.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I gave him a C as well. To me, running back is so important in a 1 QB league. He only has 3 total running backs, and as you can see, the good majority of the running backs were gone pretty much by the 6th round. And you know, so to only go into the season with 3 total running backs would just scare the bejeebies out of me.
With Javonte being your number 2.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Javonte's, you know, an RB2 at best because he's going to be playing that Philip Lindsay role, getting maybe 8 to 16 touches. He's not going to beat out Melvin Gordon, which went a later round.
Right. At
2
least
rounds later.
Yeah, at least not until later in the year at that. So, you know,
Yeah,
they may not even have 2 actually starting running backs, you know, at all. So again, you just kind of have to be aware of that. That's why we do these mocks so that this doesn't happen to you on draft day. So make sure you get those running backs in there. Again, there's no reason to have 6 wide receivers, especially when your 2 starting wide receivers are Jefferson and Metcalf. I mean, come on, you don't need to do that. So just think, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, but he's got some solid ones. I do have to say.
Yeah.
I agree.
Trade.
I don't understand the 3 tight ends and total disrespect
6
for
wide
running backs.
receivers.
But I mean, overall,
And no D.
you've got a lot of guys. If you could trade these guys off, that's one thing. I don't like to, although I do draft based on my ability to trade. Like that's what I'm doing with a lot of my bench guys. It's like Ant talks about too. But yeah.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to trade and stream defenses.
But I'd much rather a backup quarterback than I want a backup tight end. But who knows? Tight
I mean,
ends
just
all
at some
suck.
point you're gonna have to, something. It's not a healthy team.
Hey, so moving on, LORDoFANTA.
LORDoFANTAsy's back.
LORDoFANTASY is back. Hey, what do we think?
Was.
Is he doing us justice, Frank?
You know, I think he did. You know, I like the way he took his picks, running back, wide receiver, running back. I mean, Kevin Ridley, Devontae Adams the third is a good spot to take that day because I think he's going to fall, and he did fall to around that area. Lamar Jackson,
Killer spot.
jumps up to get Kyle Pitts, which is, you know, questionable, but I mean, now he's got his starting guys set up, and then he goes right back to running back again just to shore up that position. Ends up with Tom Brady as a backup QB. You got Brown, Boyd. Boyd, I really like
Right.
down here. So yeah, I give him an A.
Throwing out
Dude,
A's.
hey.
Look
Is
at
he
that.
gonna back-to-back it?
Yeah, man. On there, I had to go a little lower at A minus, just because of the ETN as the RB2. I'd much rather prefer him as an RB3. But again, it wasn't enough to knock me, out of that A range, because he did get some good depth behind him, with Connor and Carter. Again, there's some question marks with that, but I like those two guys, especially where he got them. And then, like you guys said, with Fitz and Jackson, and then, Ridley and Adams, that's going to make up for that, any kind of quote unquote deficit you're going to feel, possibly with ETN as your RB2. And then again, like you guys said, good depth down there at the end. And I came in with an A minus.
What? Back-to-back A's on them? Let's go, Fanta. Hey, so somebody who's no stranger to A's on our show? LuCamp.
LuCamp.
LuCamp. And is he another A for you?
Yeah, man. LuCamp came in here solid. You guys, know I like to see 3 running backs in the first 4 picks. When we talk, 1 QB strategies. Again, show me a draft that doesn't look good when you take 3 running backs in your top 4 picks. And I'm sure we'll get into that, throughout this draft. His starters are very solid. The wide receivers
like his quarterback.
Yeah, his quarterback, he has a top, I have Dak at number 3 overall. I love Chark as his wide receiver 3. Samuel's great as wide receiver 4. Mike Davis is that RB3 we talked about. Carson is a nice RB2. And Henry, as you said, should be, possibly the number 2 overall pick. Or could even, even be number 1, as I was thinking at the end of last year. But yeah, I come in here with an A. LuCamp knows how to draft, man. This is an 18.
Oh, you did give him the full A. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just as shy on that, just because his wide receivers are a little weak to me. And just nitpicking at this point. I think they even noted that. I remember watching this draft. Somebody even commented on Odell when he took Odell, and I think he had to take Odell or somebody at that point because obviously he had only D-Hop up top, so it was time for him to go on a run for some wide receivers. And he did wait to get his tight ends, which was nice because he didn't get the Higbee and Cook later on. And I like the Fitzgerald pick where he got him. But I give him a B+ because I think he's just a little light on the wide receivers.
Or Fitzpatrick, but yeah. You're talking about Fitzpatrick, right? Quarterback?
Yeah, I said Fitzmagic. Did you not hear me say Fitzmagic?
Okay. I thought I heard something different. But that's okay.
No, Fitzmagic.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a nice pick down there too for QB2.
Hey, overall solid though. I like he was still working it in the late rounds.
1D.
I love the Pollard pick. Higbee solid right there, especially getting that late. Hey, gotta love it. KingSaab. Hey, you like touted this guy, right? You were calling him was he Mr. Unanimous A+ or something like that? Like I do was getting some praise.
That was all self-proclaimed. I don't know who said that, but I'm pretty sure it all came from him.
Hey, can't beat King Rocks though.
Right?
Hey, I'm just kidding, Saab.
Nah, I love the energy that Saab brings out to these drafts, man. Always chatting, talking in the chat. You guys know I love that. Getting under people's skin. That's what we want, calling out their picks as they happen. Just getting in people's head, man. That's what I love about playing this game, and he does it well. As far as this draft, I came in at a B+. To me, I think he should have went at running back in the 8th instead of Goddard. To me, he's just kind of hurting right there a little bit for that nice little RB4. He could have snuck in there. Be it a Moss, a Carter, or anybody else that kind of went a little bit after that. But I would have liked, Moss or Carter at that spot and then waited on a tight end for that next round. But other than that, I think it's a, pretty solid team and gave him a B+. Not bad.
That's bad. That's bad for you, Saab.
I'm not as hard as Anthony on this guy. I really am not.
Okay.
I thought he took Goddard at the right spot because if you look at the lineup already, he's got his 3 RBs at that point. He got Mahomes and the first guy to take a quarterback, got Mahomes. Ends
You
up
can't
with
please
Godwin,
Anthony.
Thielen, Sutton, and then Goddard. Then that's the starting lineup. I think he rounds it out right up there. I know that what you're saying is, it would have been nice to have some more running back, and he could have did that further down. But he ended up with Hubbard. I like Zerline that he took. He ends up with, I think that's where he stacks a little bit too much. Are you really going to be starting Trevor Lawrence or Jalen Hurts any other week other than when Mahomes is on a bye? So, you got the freedom of making sure you get somebody else there, because you're definitely never benching Mahomes unless he's injured or on a bye. So, you know what I mean? Like, you got to take that into consideration. Do you really need 2 backup QBs or just 1?
They don't have as much value, so you can't really trade them off because there's so many that are out there and available.
Exactly.
Unless somebody's
So
really, really hurting.
yeah,
One of those guys really pop off. But
I've traded Mahomes, so you can do it.
oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, I wouldn't recommend it though. Yeah. Anyway, so hey, we'll just keep going there. Speaking of somebody that threw in the trade package, Ezekiel Elliott, Nye, he's back.
Knee.
Why is it?
It's okay.
He needs to change the way he spells it then. I don't think that's a problem with me. Nye.
With me. It's not a problem with me.
It should be EE. You want to say, hey.
It's not a problem with me.
Hey. I mean, did my man just, hey, when we talk about a 0 QB strategy, my God, hey.
He nailed it.
Oh, that
looks like my draft.
That's a whole different thing. Let's stick to this one. I do agree. I do agree.
What do you think, Frank?
Man, I like the
off?
picks he starts off with. Elliott, Dobbins, McLaurin. Gaskin is where he lost me a little bit, but I think that's maybe best available at the time when I was looking at the rest of them. But I do like Cooper Kupp. TJ Hawkinson, I think, was kind of high. He likes him, but I think he could have went with another running back at that point, or something else, a little right receiver. Something else would have been looking a little bit sweeter than TJ there. Not to knock the guy, but it doesn't look as nice as, when he
disagree.
Take the Goddard a little lower or something like that. I don't know. He doesn't end up getting a wide receiver quarterback, till after he picks up his first defense, which I thought was weird. He ends up with Washington, so he must know something we don't know. But then Ted takes Carson Wentz and, again, the guy that I hate, Watson, for the season, way late. So
neither one of those guys count as a quarterback.
I'm actually going to lower the guy. Right now, I'm going to give him like a B- on this team. Like, I almost want to get to a C, honestly. It started strong, but it ended up wrong.
Hey, imagine
and that rhymes. I just like it.
Imagine if he drafted Deshaun Watson with his next pick, Frank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Imagine.
Last round, Deshaun Watson, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. No, that's a lottery ticket you could take at that point. But I just don't understand. He was the first one to crack the defensive barrier, the first one to take a defense, and he took Washington, which, again, maybe he knows something that we don't know. I think he's ADP 4 right now, so maybe he's just taking a shot on that. But just odd to take the defense before you take your quarterback, your first quarterback too. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah. Ant, what do you think?
I'm right there with you, man. I came in with a B- as well, for not getting a top 20 quarterback, or for getting only a top 20 quarterback and not getting a top 12 in a 1 QB league. To me, puts you really behind the 8 ball. Wentz is QB2 probably at best. I don't mind him as a QB2 in a super flex, but I definitely don't want him as a QB1 overall.
Yeah.
Otherwise he has good depth and could possibly trade out of that. Maybe he works out a trade here with KingSaab for one of his 3 quarterbacks. Maybe something there could happen. So overall I give it a B- because he does have some good talent there. I would just be real sketchy on those quarterbacks. I'd be a little worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going to the host.
Yeah,
Let's move
shout
it on,
out to
our
Martin,
boy.
man.
Yeah, Martin VictoriousV. He held it down. He invited us over. He was running the 1s and 2s behind the scene. We know it's a lot of work. I know there was times where he had so much going on, so I gotta respect it.
Yeah, running a
And
live
one
show
thing
is
he
crazy.
pointed out, he's like, dude, I've taken one of every position. And I know him, HTTRforlife, they were both kind of laughing like, hey, this is the first time we've ever not had 2 running backs in our first few picks, because they're also running back early and often. So it was interesting to see. Would you guys, Frank, give him the uncut version? I know Frank's just gonna.
I actually think he lucked out in them letting Raheem Mostert drop to him, where he got Raheem Mostert. I think that saved his team because he was able to get Mostert, because these guys are over here taking Robinson and Chase Edmonds and Williams over here and other guys that should have fell, where Raheem Mostert is a starter for the 49ers. You know what I mean? Like, they're taking RB2s over this RB1 over here. That's a solid RB1. He got lucky that happened. Had that not happened, he would have dropped a lot more for me. I do like the rest of the he started. We even said it during the draft. Anthony called it. He went on a running back binge because he felt like not comfortable with his team. So he ends up taking Dillon, Drake, and Gainwell just to fill up space to have running backs, basically, because he knew he wasn't comfortable. He did get Gallup. I really like that pick. I really like the Matt Ryan pick. But overall, I gave him a B because, I mean, he knew it. He felt the running back thirst and just went on that run.
We've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've all been there, and that's again why you do these drafts, and to see where you're at. And like you said, Frank, you hit the nail on the head. If Mostert wouldn't have fell to him right there, if anyone would have took him, it would have been really, really tough to pull that out, especially with AJ Dillon as if that would have been his RB2, that would have been really tough. But yeah, overall, I actually gave him a B+ on it. Just because, again, when you're looking at Chubb, Kelsey, Allen, and Josh Allen, that's
Crazy.
just those 4 guys could literally win you your week without anybody else there. And we've seen those games happen where just 3 players will outscore an entire team, and he has those kind of guys that can do that.
And if Mostert plays like Mostert, breaking 80 yarders and stuff,
that's what I mean. Yeah, so he's kind
healthy.
of the wild card there.
And that's what I'm telling you. He got so lucky that dude fell to him. I'm telling you, Mostert should have been gone. Around the Myles Gaskin area. Kareem Hunt shouldn't have been taken before Mostert. You know what I mean? Like, Mike Davis shouldn't be taken before Mostert.
Yeah, debatable, but yeah.
I guarantee you he'll have.
I'm not going to argue.
We'll put it up on the board. I'll take Mostert over Mike Davis or Kareem Hunt. He's going to have more points at the end of the year.
That's the
gentleman's bet on it. What?
I'm not betting against Mostert, but he will.
Sure.
He'll do it just to do it.
Injuries included.
Yeah, no matter how it finishes.
Total score at the end, no matter what, huh?
Total fantasy points.
Gentleman's bet. Soon we'll have like a graphic that'll like flash on the screen and be like, gentleman's bet,
right?
ding, 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 or something.
It's happening, right? It's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously, I really do think that he really lucked out having him there. Because like you're saying, if he didn't have him here, look at what the team would look like.
I wouldn't call it luck. I would call it a good pick. But Ant, we never got to your grade.
Oh yeah, no, I said B+.
I
said B+.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're not gonna ask your grade for the next one. This guy's out here just sniping him the whole time. Frank?
We them boys. Wow,
Frank?
What a team, dude. What a team. Kamara, Swift, Robinson, Cooper. I think super solid as far as the start that he has. I like the whole buildup of the team. He doesn't even take. He takes Baker Mayfield way late, but after the lineup that he has, does it even matter that Baker's that late? You know what I mean? Taking 49ers, another solid defense. Ends up with Winston as like RB3, a QB3 or whatever, QB2. I'm sorry. I just like the team. I give him an A+.
What? First A+?
Wow.
And
Take
back?
it down. There it is.
Is it back
Well,
to back?
them boys, man. He drops from an A+ from me because of Baker, man. It's the same thing with Wentz. You know, you're getting a top 20 guy instead of a top, 10 or top 12, top 15 guy. Again, not bad. Has a lot of firepower there. You know, I'm at an A- on this team. So it's still an A. It's still a good team.
I think that Baker's going to
but
have
it's
a
not
better year.
A+ for me.
You're saying, yeah, I don't. We're splitting hairs. I guess disagree to agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in the
agree
A
with
range.
you, Frank.
Yeah.
I think Baker's gonna have a hell of a year.
And I don't care. He's
Especially
got
with Odell.
Kamara, dude. Like, come on.
He stole
I'm
his
kidding.
heart. Stole his heart. You know how to do it. You
But you
suck
know what
up
I
to
mean?
these
Like-
guys, them boys. You've been watching for too long. That's why he knows how to suck these A+
He's got
out
solid
of us.
running
He's the
backs,
OG.
dude. Look at these
The
wide
OG.
receivers he's got. You know what I mean? Like Logan Thomas at the right spot. I don't know. I like
He
it a
really
lot.
did hit.
And your
Hey,
and
I
your
knew
favorite
Frank was
Tyler
gonna give him a
Lockett.
good grade. Hey,
Yeah,
Kamara.
I don't want to go. I don't even want to mention
Hey,
him.
Cooper and Robinson. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
won his heart.
Them boys is like, go on to the next team before Anthony talks Frank down out of the A+ with
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett.
I gave one guy an
Said,
A+.
"Don't say
That was
that."
it, dude. That was it. Right
With
there.
Tyler Lockett, that's a nice.
I
one
never
there.
give him out, but I don't know, for whatever reason with Baker, even with Baker that low, dude, I just like the whole team.
Like the
Like,
team,
he
huh?
could trade away to get a better quarterback. He
Hey,
has
it
enough
is.
pieces.
That just shows a lot of people that I mean, we had two teams that drafted their quarterback 12th round or later. Not saying to do that, but just saying these guys did it and it worked. So that's where everybody else's strategies kind of play into your hand. You see who's available out there, and you can pick up these third, fourth running backs and wide receivers and stuff. Gotta love it. Possible returner to Dynasty Pylon show, Warbuckz. First time that well, I didn't even draft, but first time that we were able to draft with him ourselves. What do you think on this one, Frank?
Let me get to my grade here. Quick, Warbuckz.
Nick Julio, this I want to remind everybody this is
I
after-
noticed something funny on this team, which I liked and I didn't like. Well, I like the people he got in Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. However, he ends up with one tight end because they're both on the same team. I noticed that. I like the fact that he ends up with Burrow and Rodgers where he took him at. But that alone just dropped him to a B for me. And I like St. Brown as his last pick. But that's where he kind of stumbled on himself. You know
the
what I mean?
tight end.
The tight ends. He took two on the same team. Like that's a no-no.
I think it's like a lot of us, we just don't know who's going to be the number one over there or how they're going to run that. But I agree with you. I think he just didn't want to take you don't want to take Henry and then somebody else gets Jonnu and you're like, damn it, I grabbed the wrong one.
I got the wrong one.
Yeah.
I feel you. That happens, and you're like, oh, wait, damn it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still would have been, I would still have been better with a different guy because he still could have got Gronk or Jared Cook or even Austin Hooper over here, and then just. I get what you're saying though, but he still ends up with one pick out of that. You know what I mean? Like that's still
For sure.
one tight end. He's gonna end up.
You're
with
probably
one.
dropping one of them to the waiver for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm in there at an A-, man. I think this was a good team. Yeah, he came in with got 3 running backs in the first 5 picks. If you're not going to get him in the first 4, at least swooping in there and getting it in the first 5. Would have liked a little better RB4. There, but again, especially in a 1 QB league.
No,
but hey, dude, it's so
yeah, right.
It's
He's just like,
important.
you got to have an RB4 that's
in 1 QB, man. It's important. It's just like the QB3 in a super flex, man. To me, it's so important to have that fourth running back. Now you don't need a stud, but just someone a little better. But I mean, I gave him A-. I'm not killing the guy. I gave him a higher grade than Frank, and you guys are like talking down.
Well, because he ends up with Jamar Chase, rookie, Jerry Jeudy. Who knows who's throwing the ball over there? So I knock him down a little bit because of those.
It might be your boy
throwing the
Watson.
ball.
It might
So
be
Bridgewater.
your boy Watson.
It's still not sold on Bridgewater. I need to see it. I need to see him do better than obviously why he ends up on Denver.
Oof. Disrespectful.
Hey, practice.
Moving on.
Right there. Yeah.
Hey, the other host of the show, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. HTTR for life. Hater for life.
Hater for life. Too bad it wasn't like
love it.
Raider hater for life. That'd be awesome.
I mean, this guy, I got a weird feeling that he's a Redskin fan, so I'm not gonna throw my grade out on him. You know? Yeah. See my background.
Oh man,
Mark,
see.
Mark, you see my background. No, I'm just kidding with you. But yeah, hey, thanks for having us on the show again. Anthony, we know you're gonna politic. Probably, you know, you're raising these guys B pluses or better. Frank, I want the God's honest truth.
Well, I didn't know who it was, and unfortunately, I'll tell you what happened was
Frank,
he started chasing
Frank
running backs. I literally have my notice chasing running backs because he ends up with hold on, I moved on me here. Chase Edmonds. Then he goes for Singletary, Marlon Mack, and Philip Lindsay, all RB3s at best, and Alexander Madison here. Just chasing running backs, just to try to catch up. It seemed like to me, it just went downhill to me after CeeDee Lamb. I like the fact that he took CeeDee Lamb, but George Kittle up there, I don't know. I just think that these guys could wait for these tight ends. I don't see them that guy even scoring what he did before, and I think he's on incline, but that's just me. You know what I mean? Because he's going to have a quarterback change this year at some point. It's going to go from Jimmy G to the new guy, and then it's going to be, you know, a learning curve to get to that guy, get to his points. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
I ended up with the C. I just at the end of the day, there's just, you know, Russell Wilson where he took a no back at QB. You know, C.
If you look at their color scheme, from the way both of them drafted, look at their first six. They have the same positions, just in different order, you know? So maybe that's just a strategy, and that's how some people are going to do it. Can't knock it. What did you give him?
Yeah.
Wait, let me look at his RB4 real quick. Marlon Mack. Who's his RB6 on here?
You know, hey, he has 6 RBs, so he passes the check mark there. But like Frank said, you know, they are RB3s, you know, at best. But at least he did grab them, you know, because any of those guys could pop off. We all saw what happened last year, you know, let alone, you know, whatever happens possibly with COVID. So again, if you're going to hedge your bet on something, I'd rather take my chances and stash a running back versus any other position. But I think, you know, his starters are top notch, you know, with Aaron Jones, Diggs, Lamb, Kittle. You know, I have all those guys as, you know, wide receiver and tight end and you know, running back ones, you know, in their respective positions. Russell Wilson has a top 5 back, but yeah, you know, it comes down to that, you know, RB2. And you know, this just again is knowing your draft and who you're drafting with. I'm sure they didn't expect it to go this running back heavy. Knowing that our crowd, you know, that comes out goes running back heavy, as you can see, pretty much. You know, 13 running backs went off the board in the first 14 picks. So, you know, it just is what it is, and sometimes that's what happens.
Became thin real quick.
Exactly. So again, it's not a bad team. He has a lot of talent there if he wants to make any moves. And again, Chase Edmonds has a chance to be. I mean, you know, as of right now, he is the running back 1 of Arizona. And I know they are there in Arizona. Yeah. You know, so we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, overall, I gave it a B+. I don't think it's a bad draft. He has so much talent there up top. You know, like we said with you know, Victorious's team, with Martin's team, you just have so much talent up top that they can just win you the week itself. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, they're just trying to fill in the starters right off the bat. The best positions, the best starters, are the best people available at that position at that time. I've just never been fond of that strategy. It doesn't seem to pan out because, again, the injuries or just having running backs go down, you just can't recover from that.
Yep.
You're going to end up with RB2s all year long, and you're going to have to give up everything to get an RB1.
Lose sleep.
You know, they go
I
first.
lose sleep over that kind of stuff. I don't feel comfortable unless I have, like, I think I said it on the live stream. I was like, I think I mentioned on the live stream, I was like, I remember sending a screenshot to Dustin, and I had 6 running backs on my team, and I was like, I still feel like I need like 1 more. Like,
yeah, you mentioned
to
that.
feel okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
it's, you know,
I
that's
sent
how
you
I am.
7 back on my team.
Yeah,
I was
and he
like,
had
"Man."
7, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's
what
what I
I'm
need to
talking
do to
about.
feel
Ah,
good.
there you go. And
That's
that's when
my-
you sleep well at night, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, granted, you know, we both had Christian McCaffrey in our IR spot, so he was one of the 6, but
Yeah.
you know, you still didn't feel comfortable with him sitting there in that spot. So
Yeah.
he
Hey,
was there
but
a
whatever
long, long
games you
time.
got out of them were
Oh,
top
they were
notch.
good.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
Any game that he
Start
plays,
him if you
top
got
notch.
him.
Get a trade out of
Exactly.
us, you know how to find a way to our heart. Send us a running
Absolutely.
back after a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll eat him up.
Mr. Rastafari and Frank Terma.
Rastafari.
Let him know.
You know, I love the start of the team. Running back. Who could go wrong? Eckler, Gibson, and Sanders, all RB1 starting. Michael Thompson, Deontay Johnson. You know, I would have said Kenny Galladay in that spot, but, you know, to each his own. Like Justin Herbert, but Noah Fant is where he lost me. I think he could have just waited on a tight end that had the same value, if not more, than Noah Fant at that position, or just kept going with another wide receiver there. Like Harris, I like the rest of the picks, like Bateman down here. Kirk Cousins is a backup. I thought was very solid. I think he even called Yuku when he mentioned him and Dolphins. But I mean, just the Noah Fant from there down just kind of changed the perspective of the team. But I know that he likes to trade. But because of that, and since he likes to trade, it doesn't fill out his team the same as some of the other people. So I give him a B.
Okay.
Solid B plus even.
Hey, that's respectable. You know, I don't normally grade. I don't think I've graded anybody yet. But what I like to do is I like to look at RB4s. You know, we're talking about Damian Harris. As soon as I seen that, I automatically had to throw an F at him. Hey, hey, his first. Okay, he won me over all the way to Noah Fant. You know I love the Noah Fant, but all the way up is ridiculous. Everybody knows I hate complimenting you. That's a solid team, but I'm kind of with Frank. Below that, decent. But hey, that starting team, ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's all you really need at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, but he has this, you know, these 3 running backs locked up that he can, you know, start any day, have a solid backup if anything happens, or just trade for something better, like a better tight end.
All right, let's move on. We've already tore his team up enough.
No, and he's right.
And
he's right. Yeah, no, and he's right. That's what I try to do. So I'd use Sanders. I think I even mentioned that during the live stream that Sanders is there as a bait piece. You know, I don't need that good of a RB3. But when he falls to you like that, you get him, and then you go hand pick whatever other piece you want after that.
Yeah, and I knew that's, you know, your thinking and your strategies. And that's why, you know, I have to nitpick the Noah Fant pick, because you could have just waited. Could have waited for Logan Thomas, or, you know, Higby, or, you know, even somebody
You're
else.
gonna eat your words. You're gonna eat your words about Noah Fant, Frank.
I'll remember that.
All right, we'll gentlemen's bet it later. We definitely can't do 2 gentlemen's bets in one show. I'm still trying to send my son to college, you know?
Yeah, that's too much. We have limits.
Hey,
we have limits.
Yo, boy, Ethan.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. What do we think, guys? Hey, rocking with the Stafford pick. I'm going to say his best pick, my favorite guy on this board, Rodrigo. I don't even draft kickers. You put Rodrigo in front of me, I'm taking him. Just for that, I'm tossing an A+.
That's awesome.
Toughest guy in the NFL
baby.
right there.
There it is, glasses and everything.
Everybody had to scroll like, about a kicker? I don't even draft kickers.
Man, no, I'll start this one off. Your boy Ethan, welcome back, man. Always love having you. Thanks for coming into the draft. Shocked everybody when he didn't go running back there, but then he goes mixing. So I think he just maybe did that to maybe make sure that it didn't go all running backs. In my mind, I consider that 12 running backs basically going in the first round. Yeah, I mean, you know, all 12 teams had a running back after their, you know, first round pick basically. But other than that, you guys know I don't like the Jacobs pick. Then you're stacking two Raiders there in Waller and Jacobs. You're going tight end early. I'm just not feeling this team. Overall, Sermon as your RB3. Jamal Williams is an RB3 on his own team. And then he goes Le'Veon Bell. I think that was kind of an auto pick, there at the end. But overall, I'm just kind of not feeling it overall. So I give it a C.
He said overall just not feeling it overall.
Yeah, I can't put my.
Would be nice.
Yeah,
Anthony
I was
C's anymore. He's a
Yeah.
businessman.
Yeah, we got to keep it right here.
I was a little bit more comfortable with the team, though. However, unlike you, again, the Darren Waller up high like that, I guess that's where he goes. I'm not a guy that's going to take a tight end that high. I'd rather have a running back in that spot or wide receiver, and but like Anthony, I agree with Jacobs is going to have a rough time about it. The offensive line, the whole team is just in trouble, and so I don't see how Darren Waller is going to do as good as he did last year. But I do like Kenny Golladay and DJ Moore there. Again, with the Sermon, I agree with Anthony and Williams. They're RB3s, and then you got Le'Veon Bell as the auto pick. So that's where you fall off. But I give him a B- overall for the team because I there's something about it. I like Tyreek Hill. I like Stafford. I like the wide receivers. Mixon's good, but Waller, Jacobs is where he kind of drops off. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is a C. We'll drop it down.
Got him.
Dropped him. Ethan. Hey,
Got him.
You played the hot corner. Remember, don't be mad at us, Ethan.
Yeah.
Don't be
I
mad
didn't
at
draft
us.
that team.
Done better. You could do better. Nah, but overall, first and foremost, appreciate both of you guys coming through, giving us all the insights, breaking it down, giving us your time. Everybody who came to draft, I know this one was kind of at a random time. We did it Wednesday, 6 o'clock. I just personally watched Tuesday, 6 o'clock. Whatever. It's all one big blur to me.
Yeah. I watched it right after it was over.
Hey, Martin, Mark, 100%. We appreciate the collaboration.
Appreciate it, guys.
Look forward to many more. Like we told everybody, if you guys aren't watching, haven't watched, make sure to check out their podcast. Appreciate you guys having us on. And thanks for holding it down for us.
Always.
I will say this: if I get in an IDP league, I'll start following them because I'd fall flat on my face if I did IDP. You know what I mean? Like I haven't done that in years.
I love IDP.
Props to them. They were very knowledgeable guys. I did watch the show, and I was like, oh yeah, these guys know their stuff too. You know what I mean? I liked it. I liked the collab. I think that they're very gracious hosts, and thank you for having Anthony on.
Thank you, guys, man. Appreciate it. We'll keep doing it. Look forward to it.
Hey, guys, it's time you can finally roll your sleeves down.
It's that time.
Let's go.